Why is Stanley Tucci drinking out of a Coke bottle as Merlin in the Middle Ages? That is the quality of production design in this film. Transformers The Last Knight, released in 2017 and is directed by Michael frickin' Bay, who heard that they were making a Transformers 5 and he was like, ooh, I need to get my greasy, explodey little hands on that one. And this movie, again, is starring Mark Wahlberg, Josh Duhamel, Laura Haddock, Isabella Moner, and Anthony Hopkins. Optimus Prime has gone back to Cybertron to do something. While there, he is captured and manipulated by Cybertronian goddess Quintessa, turning Optimus Prime into Nemesis Prime. While back on Earth, Cade Yeager is in hiding with several of the Autobots from Age of Extinction, but randomly receives a talisman from the King Arthur days that the Decepticons are gonna look for because it leads to a weapon of ultimate power. Now Cade is on the run seeking guidance about the situation, leading him to an old man who knows everything about the King Arthur legend and how the Transformers helped back in the medieval age. And through all of this hero's journey crap that we got in this movie, Optimus Prime returns to Earth to get the Staff of Merlin because that's a weapon of some kind. I remember. To bring Cybertron back, or no, to bring Unicron back. And we all know who Unicron is, right? Because they explain that in this movie about why that's a bad fucking thing. But Optimus comes back to Earth, and this is the big selling point of the movie, is that Optimus is now evil, and now we're gonna get the showdown that everyone's been craving, right? The showdown between Optimus and Bumblebee, who now has the capability of like separating himself completely, but then bringing himself together like magnets. Kind of like the Iron Man suit from Iron Man 3, where it had all the parts flying around, but then it would go over to Tony and would cover his body. That's kind of what Bumblebee does now. So, in essence, like if he gets like cut in half or stabbed or like pulled apart, he's gonna be fine because he'll just pull himself together again. And that's a beautiful metaphor for life. You get cut down, but then you bring yourself together again. You're never gonna keep me down. To think that there is a movie worse than Age of Extinction in this franchise, I didn't think was possible. I really think this could be hailed worse. Maybe not. I kind of like the King Arthur legend stuff. That was kind of interesting, even though it really didn't make any sense. And how it played into today's time didn't really make sense. And the Staff of Merlin, it's a weapon to bring back Unicron, and we all know who the fuck that is. I don't fucking know. But I like the Arthur legend that's used in here. I like that we're trying to connect human history with Transformers, and they're kind of the reason why technology and civilizations have advanced over the past millennia. I like that. So maybe just a slight little edge that Last Night is better than Age of Extinction for me. But it's a low frickin' bar. You could just step over it and you'd be better than Age of Extinction. Oh god, this movie. Now after Age of Extinction happened, Universal held a writer's room of a bunch of writers who were coming up with ideas of creating a Transformers cinematic universe. Very similar to what Marvel and DC have been doing. It's kind of what all film studios were doing in the late 2010s because the MCU was taking off and it was knocking everything out of the park. All these other film studios were like, well, we need our own cinematic universe where everything is connected and people care about. So we have this Transformers stuff. Let's create a little universe and a film slate with all of that. Go! Write, writers! And they got together and did a little bit of writing and got some things planned and some films written. But then all of a sudden, Michael Bay came back into town, and after he said he wasn't going to do another Transformers, decided, you know what? I do want to do another Transformers. So I know you guys were doing all this stuff in the writer's room, but I'm Michael Bay, and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. So Cool. Basically, Michael Bay just blew up all of the things that the writers did in their little writer's room. Maybe he kept a little bit of like the influences of the story, but this movie just turned out to be another Michael Bay Transformers film that we have seen 4 times before. This is the same plot. This is the same thing, where there is some Earth-ending situation, and we should be focusing on the Transformers. There is something there that could be unique, that could be enticing, and I want to follow from their perspective. But of course, we're going to focus on Cade Yeager, a middle-aged junker inventor who's just fucking annoying, and it makes me so fucking happy that we're focusing on the humans in a Transformers movie. Let's keep doing that for the 5th fucking time! And then there's this little stowaway kid who follows him to his junkyard, and we're supposed to care about her because her parents died? I don't know. She played into nothing in the final battle of this movie, so it's like, why is she even here? Other than to be like the kid appeal of this movie, for the parents to be like, oh, there's children in it? Okay, I'm gonna take my kids to the film. Not like a lot of people saw this movie like what they did with Age of Extinction. This one, I don't even think made $1 billion at the box office, so I think this is one of the reasons, as well as the pandemic, where they kind of just took a step back and they're like, okay, let's ease up on these Transformers movies for a little bit. I don't know, I've never seen Bumblebee. I'm going to be talking about that later on this week. But back to the last night, the big marketing push here was that Optimus was evil. He's turning on the human race, and he's going to come back, and he's going to kill everybody. And he does come back, and he is evil for, I'm not kidding you, like 6 minutes. And this was the thing to do at this time, right? In 2016, like everyone who's a hero was fighting each other. Batman v Superman, Captain America Civil War. Here in Transformers, we have Optimus versus Bumblebee. It's like, hey, yeah, I want to see the heroes fight off with each other and see who's gonna win. But then there's always some type of controversial ending to that fight because we need to make the person who is the heel, if we're using wrestling terms here, the heel in this fight, we have to turn them babyface again. In Batman v Superman, it was the Martha thing. In Captain America Civil War, I mean, Tony Stark was flipping back and forth of like, hey, I'm the bad guy, I'm the good guy, I'm the bad guy again, whatever. Let's just all be cool because we're Marvel and stuff. And then here, the fight ends because he hears Bumblebee's voice again for the first time. And that just cures him of the evil spell that becomes him. It's such fucking bullshit. And when it happens, that's when, like, Unicron or whatever it is coming to Earth and the Earth is being destroyed. And then Optimus, like he's done in the last 4 films, does a little bit of action and then he runs away. And we don't see him again for another, I'm not kidding you, 40 minutes. Only for him to show up in the end to be part of the reason why the Autobots win. So, yay. For the longest time watching this movie, I didn't know why Mark Wahlberg was here. I don't know why Cade Yeager is in this film. I do understand the reason for following Vivian, who is the scholar of the Arthurian legend. Turns out that she is the last living descendant of Merlin, and Merlin's bloodline is the only one who can activate the staff. I was like, okay, that makes sense why we are focusing on a human character in this Transformers movie. Okay, can we focus on her? No, we're going to focus on Mark Wahlberg, who has the talisman on his person, because it's Mark Wahlberg. Oh my fucking god. And then that talisman turns out to be Excalibur, and then that convinces all of the Knight Autobot people that, oh, okay, we're fine here. Optimus, even though he tried to kill everyone and try to end this planet, well, because this human saved him and he has Excalibur, well, we're not going to continue fighting him. We are going to now align with him to save the planet. Yes, this makes sense. It's just another visual effects ejaculation that Michael Bay loves to put on screen, especially in these Transformers movies. It's just explosion and action set pieces after another that just kind of randomly cut in with each other to make it look really cool and intense. And then we get a one-liner from someone about like, whoa, we need to go really fast, guys! And we go back to going like really fast in the car. There is a hilarious death scene in here with Anthony Hopkins when he's at Stonehenge and he's trying to prevent Megatron, who is now back. I thought he was Galvatron, but no, he's Megatron again, whatever the fuck that means. But Megatron is trying to activate Stonehenge to turn everything on, and Anthony Hopkins is there and he's fighting with his magical cane, and then they shoot an explosive at him, and then he goes flying, basically like that character from The Simpsons being thrown through the window. It's freaking hilarious. Transformers The Last Knight, it feels very much like you can tell that they are grasping at something. They are trying to find some type of, like, solid foundation of a story to build off into other Transformers films here. They're really trying to get it going, but because Michael Bay just swoops in and goes, no, I'm going to do what I've done the last 4 films because all of them have made you billions of dollars, they just go, okay, whatever you want to do. I had these great ideas, but you're the guy who makes the money, so let's listen to you. This movie is nothing special, and I think the box office does reflect it, that we're just getting tired of these pointless Transformers movies where we focus on the humans in the Transformers movies and not the actual Transformers. We're getting tired of it. I want to see character. I want to see development of our Transformers characters in these Transformers movies. I'm a little tired of it. I know that Michael Bay is not directing the newest Transformers film that's coming out, the Rise of the Beast movie, so hopefully that improves, and hopefully we get a little bit more feeling with the Transformers, but I'm not holding my breath because this is the 5th entry and we still haven't gotten that. I'm going to give Transformers The Last Knight 1.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
So guys, if you've seen Transformers The Last Knight, what did you think about it? What is your ranking of all of the Transformers proper films? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I'm releasing next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.